my name is Mona, and thank you for tuning into this KTV original programming. I'm joined by yoga teachers, students, and friends in these episodes of Yoga with Mona for Everybody in an effort to bring the benefits of yoga into our community to enhance our community's health. We're kind of known loosely as the Sun Moon Group, and our overall mission is yoga and healthy lifestyle education to enhance our community's health. Today we've got an episode on things that you can do at home in chairs. I'm joined by Lynn Rosen, also our prenatal yoga teacher, really good friend Vicki Laroon, and yoga student for a very long time, and also yoga student for a long time, Julie Thorlifson. So we're going to share with you some of the things that we do in our yoga care classes. We all are great fans of yoga care. There's a lot of great tips that we can share with you that you can do on your own at home. If you have a chair in the vicinity that you think you might like to join us, I'd ask you to go ahead and pull it out now. Be prepared to jump in with any of the activities that we're doing. Thanks for joining me today, ladies. I think we're going to have some super fun.
Glad to be here.
Thanks. We're going to work from the ground up today with our feet, and we're going to use something that a lot of people can find pretty easily, a tennis ball. Now, if you don't have a tennis ball at home, you can use sometimes a golf ball, some other small balls that you might use against the bottom of your foot, but you can also use a can. So if you had a can in the kitchen that you could roll the bottom of your foot back and forth across, that might work really well. So let's go ahead and take whatever you might find and something that you could roll your foot on, and let's go ahead and place our feet on this and start rolling it around while I'm talking. So we're using tennis balls to massage the bottoms of our feet for a variety of different reasons, and for many different health issues this can be helpful. Neuropathy, perhaps a loss of sensation at the bottom of the foot. We have 7,000 nerve endings at the bottom of our feet, and so we can stimulate those nerve endings and improve the feeling or amount that we can feel the ground with our feet. Let's switch sides while I'm talking. Another thing that we can do is break down that fascial layer called the plantar fascia that runs just all the way across the bottom of the foot and up under your heel. A tightening of this plantar fascia can cause heel spurs. A tightening of this plantar fascia can cause a tightening all up the back of the leg. So just taking a tennis ball, or again, a can of vegetables from the larder, and just rolling it back and forth across the bottom of your foot can do a great deal to break down that fascia and give you a little bit more flexibility. Let's just do one more on each side, everyone, and try to get all the way around the little toes, the base of the toes, and also at the base of the heel. Reflexology points are also all over the bottoms of your feet, so by stimulating the bottoms of the feet, you can get an overall stimulation effect for your entire central nervous system.
And, you know, if you happen to be on a long car trip or have to be on an airplane for a long period of time, you can take the ball with you.
Yes, such a good point. I almost forgot to make that, Vicki, and I'm glad you brought it up, because this is something you can do at home, but this is something you can do just about anywhere. And the benefits are not just for the feet. Again, when you're flying and there's a fear of deep vein thrombosis and a lot of those other more serious health issues that can occur from being sedentary for a long period of time, a little tennis ball is not only fun, but could actually be a lifesaver.
Pops right in your bag.
Right into your bag. And you can play tennis too when you get there. Let's go ahead and slip the tennis ball off to the side now, and we're going to walk into our feet, some exercises for the feet. And so we'll start by seeing about picking up that big toe and leaving the other toes on the mat. And then we'll switch it out. We'll put the big toe down, we'll pick the little ones up. And so it's just kind of a little game you can play with yourself and just try it at home, picking up your big toe. If you've got your shoes off, you want to slip those shoes off right away and spend a little time with your bare feet. And big toe down, little toes up. And then we're just going to place all our toes down, and then we're just going to kind of pummel our feet against the ground just lightly. Again, it's a stimulation. You can do this seated. You'll feel it moving right up into the bones. You want to feel a gentle vibration in the joints, you know, not but just something a little bit light. And then after you do that, you just want to pause for a moment, and that combination of the tennis ball and then the pummeling of the feet, you can feel a nice little tingling up your legs. Do you feel that at all, Julie? How about you, Lane? You feel that in your legs? So that means our legs might be ready for a little bit more action. So we're going to come to standing and come behind our chairs. So come on up. Now again, if you've got a chair at home, All you need to do is just stand behind it, so go ahead and pull it out. We're going to use the back of the chair to support us. We'll keep our left foot forward, and we're stepping our right one back. So the beauty of having the chair is that you can lean a little bit towards it if you need to, and that's going to allow you to push your back heel down a little bit further. If you have balance issues, sometimes you don't feel confident enough to get a good stretch. Now this is a version of a pose that we can do, Warrior One, and I'm going to add on to it. Vicki is modifying for her shoulders today, so if you're modifying for your shoulder, your neck, anything like that, you feel some pain in the upper part of your body, just follow the lovely Vicki and she'll show you what to do with your arms. We're going to keep our right hand on the chair to start and see if we might bring our left arm forward. So at this point we have our left arm forward, we've got the palm facing down. What I'm going to suggest you do is now turn your hand so that the palm is facing sideways, and then start to sweep that arm up in an arc towards the ceiling and see if you can feel that movement coming all the way through the front of your body. If you feel confident here and you feel really steady and strong here, you could start to float this hand up off the chair a little bit, and if you start to feel a little bit nervous about that, you could just place it right back down. In yoga, all the movements are mindful, so let's bring the arm back down, but let's bring it down slowly, kind of hugging our belly in as we lower the arm and coming back to a really nice and steady place. Take a long, slow, deep breath here. And then to come out of this, we're going to put the weight into the front leg. We just kind of shift forward and lift that back leg up. And then we cup our hands like this and just kind of tap ourselves all over. Now, if you're not doing anything else with us, but the tapping, you're going to have a lot of fun. So you can do that in a chair, you can do that standing, and just kind of tap the larger muscles of your body, kind of loosen you up a little bit. We'll try that on the other side. So this time I believe is the left leg coming back. So if your feet are right in front of each other, you'll feel like you're on a tightrope. Go ahead and move your right foot a little bit to the right if you feel a wobble. Then ground and connect through the bottoms of your feet. Remember, we stimulated 7,000 nerve endings there, so we want to feel a nice strong connection. Then balance is a lot about your core. So before we would take our right arm off the chair back, we're just going to pull our belly in and then bring that right arm up. So I brought it up shoulder height. I've got my palm facing down. I'm going to turn it so the palm is facing inward and then start to sweep it straight up towards the ceiling and hopefully feeling a nice lift on the rib cage on the right side of the body. Now if you're feeling like you want to do a little bit more here and work on your balance, you might lift that left arm right up off the chair. If you feel a bit wobbly or nervous, just place it back down. And the movements are mindful and slow. So as you bring that right arm down, it's going to come forward. Take your time. Let it feel beautiful in your body. Take a breath. And then when we come off it, you kind of want to lean forward a little bit and just kind of push off that foot and step up, tap it out. All right, ladies, I'm thinking it's fall. We could be a lovely grove of trees. And so let's bring a little bit of that beautiful fall energy into our practice. You could be a birch tree, you could be an oak tree, you could be any kind of tree you like. And we're going to stand on our left foot and we'll bring our right foot in front. Now I'm going to leave you ladies right where you are, but I'm going to come in front so that you can see my feet. And you have an option of putting your feet like this. So you could rest your heel right against the ankle bone there. You don't have to lift it up higher on your leg. So as we go forward into the tree, if any of you would like to come into your full tree pose, go ahead. And by that I mean they might want to bring their leg up to here or even up to here. So you can adjust the height of this leg, and especially if you've got a chair to hold on to, I encourage you to go where it feels best for you. So you've got a hold of the chair, right? You've got your leg where you want it to be. And just like we did earlier, you could lift a hand up off the chair back. So if you want to lift a hand off your chair back, or holding onto your chair again, you could bring your arm up. And with a hand on the chair, you could lift it up and down. You might try both arms up overhead. Do what works for you. Listen to your body. And coming out of our pose, keeping our movements mindful. So bringing our arm down slowly, and the other arm down slowly, and the leg down slowly, and then we'll tap it out. So I'll come behind my chair for that second round, and we're on the other side now, but again, you have that option of resting your ankle on, your heel on your ankle, and then standing up nice and tall. Now the beauty of the tree pose is just like the trees it represents, there's a lot of variety. So once you choose your base, and you've got those roots growing nice and deep, you get to decide, coming up your strong tree trunk, what do you want to do with your branches. And maybe you want to hold on to that chair the whole time. And if you do, you could extend your branch out any direction that you like. Maybe you feel like a full-fledged tree in fall color, and you want to bring both of your branches out and spread your fingers really wide. Again, you can have a lot of fun just extending your arms in space by keeping one hand securely at your safety zone and just giving you that opportunity to really open out on the other side. And when we come out of our poses, it's going to be mindful. So nice and slow, let's bring our limbs back in. Let's start to bring our limbs back into our little tree trunk here, bring our feet back down to the earth. Thank you everyone for beautiful tree poses. Moving on, I think, to our twists. Let's go ahead and slip these straps off for now. And I think we'll just turn our chairs around from here. So we're just going to pick them up and turn them around. If you've got a chair at home, I'll have you turn it around, and also you're going to be facing your chair. We're going to sit on our chairs. I like to call this cowgirl style. So you're going to sit on your chair just like you gather yourself up onto a horse. This is for a lovely twist. We're going to place our right arm just right across the back of the chair. You take your left arm behind your back. You're going to be turning to the left. First, make sure that your feet are engaged. So we're not just casual laying our legs like that, but you want to have a nice right foot plant and a nice left foot plant, and your arm is here and you're sitting up tall. We're going to go to the left. Take a nice breath in and just gently turn your shoulders and your waist and your hips, even if that works for you, a little bit towards the left. Take a breath or two and slowly returning back to center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So just place your arm right across the chair. This is going to help you sit up taller, lengthen, and then just a little turn. Just as far as feels good for you. Breathing. And then we're going to come nice and slow back to the center. We're going to do that one more time. And then we actually have another twist for you this episode as well. Twists are something that kind of get left out of our everyday activities. I mean, we do twisting when we're grabbing stuff around, but to actually put a twist into your activities is something rare for people sometimes, and that's where you get your good organ health. So the twists are very important for your organs of digestion, very important for your heart, and even for your lungs. So it's important to get a twist in. We're going to do 2 today. Again, we'll repeat this one. Right hand here, left hand behind you, sit up tall, and then just twist to your own body's ability and what feels good. Breathe. And then come nice and slow back to the center. We'll place our left arm on the chair. We'll sit up tall and a gentle twist here. And let's return nice and slow back to the center. Take a deep breath. So I'm just going to check in and see, like, how do twists make you feel? How do twists make you feel, Lynn? When you do a twist? How about you, Vicki?
I just like the way my body feels when it comes out, it's like all refreshed.
Mm-hmm, it does. It's very energizing. How about you, Julie?
Sometimes I can kind of feel my spine kind of...
Yes, you can feel the almost adjustment in your spine. And as I've gotten older, I do appreciate it when I'm twisting. I'm like, okay, this is like backing out of the driveway. And you can start to feel how your daily activities could be limited if you could not maintain that ability to twist your body around. So as I've gotten older, I really value how much my body has the ability to twist. I don't want to lose any of that. So we have another twist for you coming up. Now it's time to have some fun with straps. I noticed that Lynn pulled out a blanket to sit on as she moved to the floor, and I wanted to ask her a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit how the blanket works for you, Lynn.
Well, sometimes I have a little bit of pain in my lower back, a little bit of tension, and if I sit on this blanket, it tips my pelvis forward just a little bit so I can release through the lower back, and it's so much more comfortable on my head. hips.
And so do you use blanket under your hips for a lot of your seated poses and forward folds?
I really like them.
And so just about any kind of firm blanket will do, and if you find sitting on the floor is uncomfortable at home, you might try that, just folding it nice and firm and then having it sit right on the edge. The other thing we want to share with you is those of you that are joining us at home, we're encouraging you, very much so, to consider moving off of the couch and off of the chair on down to the floor. Vicky's going to show you how you might go about that if you haven't been on the floor for a while, and she's going to show you how to use a chair to kind of work yourself on down to the floor so you can put your body weight on the chair as Vicky's showing and start to ease yourself down to the floor. And the best part is then you're going to have that chair right by you when you come back up. So just sitting on the floor is very valuable for your health, but not every day, not all the time can we sit on the floor. So Julie and I will be demonstrating if you're doing your practice this morning or afternoon or wherever you're watching in a chair. All right, we're going to be stretching our right leg first. We're going to have our left leg folded, or perhaps you'll be turning your left leg in Janu Sirsasana as we extend the right one out. So what you do with the left leg is up to you. Actually, Lynn, while you are there, I'm going to mention that you can also use blankets and slip them underneath the knees. So if when your knee is up like this and you feel like it hurts, you could slip something from home, a cushion, a blanket, anything underneath that knee for a little bit of support, just as an additional tip. All right, so we've got our left leg bent in, our right leg extended out. We're going to take the strap and place it across the ball of the right foot. The left leg, if you're in a chair, is important. It's kind of keeping you from falling off the chair. You want to make sure that the bottom of the foot is grounded. And if you're working in a chair, but you could still take your shoes and socks off, it would be good to be barefoot. We're going to use the strap to help our posture. So you want to pull on the strap to lift your chest up. See if you can roll your shoulders back. And then once you feel nice and elongated, let's just tip forward from the hips. So how are you feeling this, Julie?
Oh, right in the back muscle up here.
Yes,
Yeah.
how does that feel?
Tight.
Tight, but good
Yeah.
to stretch? How about you, Lynn? Where are you feeling this?
I feel it all the way along the back of my leg.
And how about you, Vicki?
I am pretty flexible, and so I generally feel it along the whole back of my leg.
And let's rise up. No two people feel the same stretch in exactly the same way. So even as we're moving into similar stretches, all of us are feeling it in a slightly different way. So if we say you're going to feel this in the back of the leg, but you actually feel it someplace else, doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It's just that each yoga pose has its own identity in your body. Let's change sides on this. So we're going to extend the other one out. See that you're placing the strap across the ball of your foot. You don't want to let it slide down into the arch and then yank in on the arch of your foot. It's nice to be right across the ball of the foot, and then you can actually push into the strap with the ball of your foot. Grab a hold of the strap and elongate your spine, and then holding that elongation with your belly pulled in firmly, just start to lean forward. This might not look like very much stretch for someone that just tuned in on a TV show and sees someone stretching like this, but actually there's quite a bit of intensity to the stretch, don't you think so? Where do you feel you can get more intensity from here? Maybe by pushing into the strap a little bit.
I think I could probably pull back on the strap.
Yes, the strap allows us to get a little bit more engagement there. And let's rise up on a big inhale. And we'll slip that strap off. Okay, we're going to pummel the feet again. I will leave it to you girls to pummel your feet from that position. So, yeah, there you go. So the next one's a little trickier. We're going to do it with the sling. I'll demonstrate this one. And I would have you see if you could bring your right leg over to your left in a cross-legged position, Vicki. So even just regular school cross-legged. Just both. Or in front, just like that. Is that better? Yes. Lynn, how could you cross your leg right one in front in a different manner than hers? I've got mine here, or I could even go here. And then from wherever you're at, let's lean forward. So we have 4 versions of right leg over left. Mine is crossed a little higher on the leg. Julie's is a little bit lower on the ankle. Lynn's and Vicky's in a slightly different place in front. And let's come slowly up. And we'll change sides. So releasing. So just to review, the left ankle is going to cross over the right, but it could be cross-legged like this. It could be like this. It could be just here. And actually, we didn't show this version. We should. Remember the strap. Or here. Any way that works for you, bring your left ankle over your right and take a forward fold. In this version, I've taken the bend out or the pressure out for the knee, supporting it with a strap, but again, it's a cross. And you want to breathe in when you come all the way up. We're going to release that leg any way that works for you. Extend your legs out in front of you, and let's pummel those feet. And wake them up. Excellent. Now we're ready for a twist that we're going to choose to do on the floor or on a chair. So if you're on your chair, you can stay committed to that chair position, but if you're thinking along the lines of maybe I should get on the floor now, here's a great opportunity to slip yourself right down on the floor for our final twist. Once we start to get to our material that involves straps, I just want to take a moment here and suggest some other things in case you don't have a strap like this around the house that would do. So, Vicki, you had a suggestion. What did you think would work besides a strap?
Well, if you're near your kitchen, you can use a kitchen towel. You could use a scarf or a tie or a belt.
Yes, a belt, a necktie, a tube sock. Julie, any suggestions? Those are all good ones. How about you, Lynn? Any suggestions?
No, I think you covered it.
Yeah, so just about anything you can find. And so what does that mean? No excuses, right? And also you could take something, we talked about the tennis ball and traveling with that. You know, something like this, we're going to show you some shoulder stuff to stick it in your work drawer at your desk so that you have it to stretch out when you've been working at the computer. So now let's take our straps, and we're going to begin by slipping them over the ball of the right foot. We did a stretch similar to this, stretching the back of the leg. But now we want to amp it up a little bit. We're going to be adding a little core. So again, begin by pushing into the strap of the ball of the foot, engaging the upper body, but this time bring your awareness into your torso and start to pull in your low belly, below your navel center. You're going to be engaging your arms here as well. So engaging your low belly, engaging your arms, continuing the stretch, see if you might lift that foot up off the ground, just even the smallest amount. Eventually you'll become stronger, not just with the arms but with your core, and you might be able to bring that leg up quite a bit. Keeping the alignment in your spine, you might even tip your body a little bit back. You're going to stop the point that you feel strain in the neck or the face or the shoulders or the arms. And then again, we want to come out of all of our poses mindfully. So we're just going to gently lower that leg all the way back to the ground. Notice how release of the arms feels good. Did you guys feel that in your biceps? And let's try that on the other side. So again, some of these things that we're doing look pretty simple and maybe even easy. And so I would encourage you to grab the nearest belt, and when you're ready, and give it a try. We're working here with strength in our arms to help support the weight of our leg. And we're also using our core muscles to do that. So we've got our low belly pulled in, and our back muscles are working. Those muscles work even more as we start to tilt our body slightly back, and listening as you go, to see what's the best place for you to pause and rest. And then let's come all the way back down. And we'll slip that strap off. Let's do our little feet thing again. And then get ready to take the strap up and over our heads. And so this time when you're holding your strap or your dish towel or your scarf or your belt, you're going to have your thumb on the bottom and the fingers on the top. And we're going to explore possibly range of motion. And by that I mean, I'm going to just move my chair back a little bit here, girls, so I have more room. You might not be able to bring your arms up very high. So let's see what our bodies will do. We'll just start to let the strap float up in front of us a little bit. And then what happens to everyone, to all of us, is you get kind of stuck. It feels uncomfortable. It won't go further without pain. See if you can give yourself more strap, make it wider, and see if it'll come up any further. And again, sometimes you get to a spot where it feels uncomfortable, there's some pain. See if you can give yourself a little bit more strap and bring it slowly a little bit wider. Take it just to where you feel is your range of motion for today, and then let everything come slowly all the way back down in slow motion with a relaxed face and full diaphragmatic breathing. Let's let the strap rest. We'll let our arms rest and take a long, full breath cycle here. How did that feel, Julie?
Oh, it was a good stretch.
Yes.
Enjoyed that.
How about you, Lynn? Where do you like that stretch?
Well, I love it right in between my shoulder blades in the back.
Yes, Vicki.
Got a little bit further today than I did yesterday.
Excellent. And you know, maybe your office coworkers will think you're a little crazy doing this at work, but honestly, the health benefits are worth it. A true yoga session always ends with relaxation, whether you're practicing at home or in a yoga class. And a beautiful way to begin your relaxation is with a gentle twist. Twists release tension along your spine, also add a lot of circulation to our organs. We're going to do two different twists here today, the floor and a seated chair twist. So Vicki and Lynn will be doing floor twists, Julie and I will be doing a twist on the chair. I'm going to get them started on the floor twist first, and then we'll join them. So on the floor twist, you'll have your feet about hip-width apart, a little bit wider if that feels more comfortable for you, and your arms are positioned alongside you on the floor where you feel the safest and most open. We're going to slowly be dropping our legs towards the right. So when you're ready, gently let your legs start to roll to the right. If you feel like this is too much twist in your body, you can gently move your legs further away from your body. So feet away gives less twist, and feet towards the body will give you more twist. And so that's a nice gauge for you to use. Also, coming out of your twist, it's important to support your back. So to come out of your twist, your exit strategy begins with your belly and your breath. So you're going to breathe in while you bring your knees back to the center, and then as you exhale, you let your legs gently fall to the opposite direction. Often it's the lower leg that doesn't want to release in a twist. Sometimes we have to shake it a little bit and then let it go. This is a lovely twist through your organs of digestion. Your liver has a lot of space here. And most importantly, we want to let the central nervous system get nice and calm. Coming out of your twist, you're going to pull your belly in, breathe in, bring your knees nice and slow back to the center, and then I'll have you ladies just continue to do that twist one more time, each side on your own, while Julie and I set ourselves up for a chair twist. So Julie, we're going to be turning to the left first, lengthening the spine. We're going to just turn from the shoulders and the waist and even invite the knees to come along with us, and we're just spinning slowly around in our chair. You can go to any level that you want. You can stop short or you can go further. We want to keep the crown of our head nice and lifted as we circle back center and the chin level to the floor. So slowly return back to the center in your chair, breathing in and pausing center. Getting ready to do the other side. So there's a length that starts it, and then you gently turn your body. You can move your feet as you travel. You can move your hands as you travel. Inviting that movement into your body in any way that feels like it's going to give you a positive experience. And then breathe in, coming nice and slow, back to the center. Julie and I are going to sit here with our hands in our laps, and Vicki and Lynn are in a classic Shavasana position with the legs bent or extended out, your choice. You want to end all of your twist practices with an awareness of your breath moving through your body. Take a couple of really nice, slow, deep breaths at the end of your practice. Give yourself a moment to process all the beautiful effects of yoga. Namaste, and thank you for joining us for this episode of Yoga with Mona for Everybody.